Clemson is off to a tough start by its lofty standards, losing already to Georgia and NC State this month after not losing a single game in August or September over the previous 6 years. That loss to the Wolfpack over the weekend, snapping a 36-game win streak against unranked opponents, which was the second longest active streak entering play this week. And the Tigers are now rated 25th in the AP poll, which ends their run of 97 straight weeks in the AP top 10, which is the third longest streak in the history of the poll. And so we have Robert Griffin III with us today, our college analyst, and we bring in Heather and Paul as always. And so, Heather, I think it is one of the questions I'm hearing people ask. Are Clemson's days as a national powerhouse, have we seen that come to an end?
No, absolutely not. They have lost 2 games. I mean, listen to this. They are in the midst of their 7th top 10 recruiting class. Clemson's offensive efficiency right now, guys, is 75th in the country. Over the past 6 seasons, when they're contending for a national title, they are ranked 4th. This is not a problem with process or system or the program. They cannot block anyone, and that can be fixed.
All right, Paul, let me come to you on the same question. What are your thoughts on Clemson and its relative place in the college football pecking order right now?
Dabo's dynasty is done. Ooh. I do not like anything I see there. I respect what Heather has just got through saying, but I strongly and vehemently disagree. They've lost one coach a couple of years ago to USF. I think that was a big loss. This is a staff that has always been together, but I think it's getting stale. Yes, recruiting is still good, but will it be elite after what we just got through watching, Greeny? It just doesn't look like Clemson is part of the cool kids anymore, and I think that they're going to pay for it in recruiting, and they play in a terrible league, which will hurt them even more.
RG3, let me come to you on that thought, because they've gone back-to-back superstar quarterbacks, obviously, in Deshaun Watson, into Trevor Lawrence, and now they go right to Uiagalelei, who we thought was going to pick up the baton and run with it, and we haven't seen it. What is wrong with that offense?
Greeny, I got to say first, it's DJ Uiagalelei, and
I
don't agree. I don't agree with Paul. I don't think maybe they're taking too much off the top for Paul there. Clemson's not done as a power. They're not done as a national power. I really believe that their offense is really the key for them. They have to learn to adapt to the times, right? The days of lining up and just steamrolling people because you have better athletes are over. Teams have put together schemes that have helped bridge the gap between the good players and the great players, and they have to be able to do that. Offensively, it's formations, it's route concepts. They have to have more variety there. But I also think they have to make a mental decision to go ahead and ride the coach of DJ Uiagalelei. I called the game last week, and I saw him go out there and make some plays that most quarterbacks can't make. So I wouldn't be opposed to them just spreading it out, using their length at receiver, the athleticism that they have, and the size, and letting DJ throw it on first, second, and third down, because they're not run blocking well. You're not pass blocking that great, but it's better than their run blocking. So you just got to make a decision and move forward that way. But I do not think Clemson is done. Dabo's a great coach. Tony Elliott's a great offensive coordinator, but their ability to fix this offense and get it buzzing is really going to tell you the future for both of them moving forward.
You know, Heather, the way I brought this up on the radio the other day, and I thought this is another example, I think, and I'll get Paul's take on this in a moment as well, of how Nick Saban has skewed everything, which is to say they've been in the playoff 6 consecutive years. So they've been one of the 4 best teams in the country 6 consecutive years and won 2 national championships. Go back through history and find me how many great coaches have ever had a stretch like that. You're supposed to have a bad year every now and again. Saban has just so skewed people's perspective that it makes the extraordinary seem ordinary. That's the way I look at it. Heather, what do you think?
I agree with you. And when you look at Dabo Swinney, his winning percentage right now is over 80%. He's right behind Nick Saban. In order to get to the College Football Hall of Fame, your winning percentage has to be 60%. So if you take it into perspective, like you're saying, he's right behind Nick Saban. And yes, Saban has absolutely skewed it. That's why he's making a gazillion dollars, because nobody can beat him.
What do you think of that, Paul? Obviously, as close to that situation as you are, that it has skewed the way we view other teams' and schools' accomplishments.
Correct, but one thing I want to say, Greeny, and if you walk out your building right now and go about 5 blocks to Wall Street, when the market opens in an hour, they're not buying stock on what happened yesterday or 4 years from now. They're looking ahead, and that's my concern about the Clemson program. Some of it is the ACC, but most of it is just perception. Everything is compared to perfection. Everything is compared to Nick Saban. And when you lose at North Carolina State after almost losing to Georgia Tech, suddenly the bottom falls out, and that's why there is a negative perception about Dabo Swinney's program today.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.